The Memory Gardener. When Lysandra Vanya's husband pushed her into the Genesis pod, whispering, "Evolution requires sacrifice, my love," she didn't scream. She smiled. 3 centuries later, reborn as the immortal curator of the floating poison gardens of Aethelgard, she prepared her masterpiece, a bouquet woven from Silas Thorne's own stolen memories, designed to unravel his godhood one petal at a time. Part 1. The Betrayal. Lysandra and Silas weren't just pioneers of bioluminescent agriculture, they were soulmates who built Veridia Prime, a floating eco-city nourished by their engineered plants. Their crowning achievement? Maneme vines, living archives that could store human memories in their glowing sap. "Imagine preserving history alive," Silas breathed, holding a vine that pulsed with Lysandra's memory of their first kiss. But Silas craved more. He discovered the vines could transfer memories, overwriting a person's identity. We could cure trauma, erase grief. Lysandra warned of ethical rot. "You're playing God, Silas." The betrayal came during the Grand Bloom Festival. As Veridia celebrated, Silas revealed the Ascendancy Serum, distilled mnemonacine sap granting near immortality. The crowd roared. Then, holograms showed Lysandra conducting horrific experiments on refugees. "My wife's mind is corrupted," Silas wept. "Grief over our child's death twisted her genius." Security feeds, fabricated by memory grafts onto Vine recordings, showed her confessing. Before she could protest, Silas injected her with a neural inhibitor. "The Genesis pod will cleanse your pain, my love," he whispered, sealing her inside. The pod didn't heal. It rebooted consciousness, erasing 40 years of memories. She awoke centuries later, a blank slate orphan named Flora, tending gardens on Aethelgard, a new city built by God King Silas, using her research. Part 2. The Green Hell. Aethelgard's gardens were grotesque. Scream lilies that replicated cries of the disappeared, guilt moss inducing paranoia in those who stepped on it. Silas ruled by manipulating memory and emotion through Flora. But fragments of Lysandra's past surfaced in dreams. A lullaby, a lab equation. When she touched a mnemonacine vine, her stolen memories flooded back. Silas murdering their infant son to harvest pure grief for the serum, framing her, the pod's cold glass. Her revenge required becoming the Memory Gardener. Weaponized botany. She crossbred plants, ghost orchids that emitted memory fragments as pollen, causing identity confusion. Mirror ferns reflecting a person's darkest secret when touched. The memory heist. Infiltrating Silas's vault, she found vines storing his memories. She didn't steal them, she spliced them. She grafted his memory of murdering their son onto a regret rose, and his fear of drowning onto Aquanox weeds, choking the city's filtration system. The unraveling. At the Eternal Bloom Gala, Silas's new perfect wife, Lyra, brushed against a mirror fern. Instead of her reflection, it showed Silas disposing of their son's tiny body. Lyra's screams silenced the crowd. Silas lunged, crushing the fern, releasing spores carrying his spliced memory of the murder. Hundreds inhaled it, remembering his crime as their own nightmare. Panic erupted. Part 3. The Living Locket. Silas fled to his sanctum, a chamber walled with mnemosyni vines holding his backups. "I am eternal," he roared. Lysandra emerged from the shadows, wearing a living soul locket flower. "Eternity is a prison, Silas," she said. "You taught me that." She unleashed her masterpiece, Oblivion Ivy, engineered to seek his unique biosignature. It slithered across the vines, devouring his stored memories. As it touched him, it forced him to relive every spliced memory she'd created, drowning endlessly,
feeling the weight of his son's body in his arms again and again. He collapsed, his mind a loop of curated agony. Lysandra didn't kill him. She grafted his consciousness into the soul locket, a beautiful, eternal prison hanging over Viridia. To the world, she was Flora, the humble gardener who saved them. Only she felt the locket's faint pulse against her chest, the heartbeat of the bard she dethroned. The gardens bloomed with true beauty again, nourished by justice. But as she pruned a regret rose, its thorns drew blood. Revenge had grown her, shaped her, become her soil. Could anything else take root? The locket pulsed warmly. Silas was with her. Always. A perfect, terrible harvest.